Anna, I'm so thrilled you answered the phone. This is your friend Dotty. How are you?
Oh, hey, Dotty.
Well, listen, I don't have very much time. I need to call you for a favor. Are you willing to help me out? I just found out about a very, very important piece of legislation that's going through your chamber. Have you happened to have heard about Senate Bill 180?
I don't think so.
What I need for you to do is I need you to track the path of this piece of legislation. Will change the course of history, darling. I promise you that. Figure out a way to film this bill becoming alive.
Like make a documentary?
Exactly, darling. Now, here's the thing. I don't have any money to send you. I have no equipment to send you. I just need you to figure out how to do it. And then when it comes to yes, I will give you all the credit. But I need you to do this for me. Will you please?
Sure, why not?
Okay, great. I cannot wait to see the final product. Just send me everything you have when you're done. Thanks, darling.
Okay, all right, bye. It's a weird call.
Okay.
I got this weirdest phone call today.
Yeah?
This, my friend in UK wants us to make a documentary about a bill, Senate Bill 180.
Really?
I don't know, she said it was like a really big deal bill.
Did you get any other direction beyond that?
No, not even like gonna send us any videography stuff or anything. I don't know.
Well, are we gonna figure out how to do it?
Yeah, why not?
All right, let's do it.
We had to find out exactly what this Senate Bill 180 was. So we looked it up. We found out that it was a repeal of the Digital Token Act. And it was on the calendar in a couple days. We had to act fast.
We're repealing the Digital Token Act?
What exactly was this Colorado Digital Token Act? And how could a bill that was only one line long be so substantial? We needed to learn more about these digital tokens.
We're trying to get better audio, so we're gonna try this boom mic thing.
But
You gotta be out of the shot. Closer so that you're not quite that close.
how do you feel about a bill that you supported is now getting repealed?
Oh my God.
This demonstrates the power that we have.
In government.
In government.
Yeah.
Power that clearly has been overused, and I'm glad he's learned.
Do you know what an NFT is?
No.
Well, do you think all tokens should be fungible?
Absolutely.
Have you heard of Senate Bill 180?
I have. You know, I just don't believe in tokenizing anything.
Have you ever seen a piece of legislation quite like this in your tenure here?
I've never seen something so far-reaching, groundbreaking, innovative, and potentially detrimental as this legislation.
NFT.
And what does that mean?
Well, I think it means no fun today.
I think it's, isn't that some sort of candy or something? I don't know.
Do you know what an NFT is?
Yeah, it's a new farming technique. It's something that's really critical to the department, and we've been working with our producers to help them implement these.
Well, I mean, legally speaking, fungibility is when you have a class of assets such that different members of the class can be swapped with one another. And I think the point of a non-fungible token is there's a kind of digital signature uniqueness in it. So one token is distinct from another token. That makes sense. Really, our business class is fungible. Being able to transfer that to remove that technique. Really worked out there. I mean, it's really like that source of value
Do you think an NFT is akin to buying a star?
No, an NFT is not akin to buying a star. NFT still has that fungibility with it. It's like partners. It's logic transfer something like that. There's something you can change. And here's a bigger problem with possible with force rate, large sense progress, even sort of lifestyle, where the had the space for the side in line with the company to go past jokes here. I think we talked about the last jokes here yesterday. So I know that many waters are progress.
We know that you are one of the House primes of Senate Bill 180.
sorry, I couldn't sleep last night thinking about the importance of this policy that I'm bringing. Our communities need the passage of this bill. I'm getting a little emotional talking about it.
You are the prime sponsor of Senate Bill 180.
I'm not sure. What bill was that?
The
Token Act bill.
Yes.
I know exactly what bill you're talking about. Rep. Linstead and I decided to be on this bill together because we wanted to reduce government, and getting rid of that sentence will make a difference.
We were still in search of answers, so we went to the source, Legislative Legal Services, where they write the bills. But they refused to go on camera for us, so we had to find another way.
I'm sorry, we've already told you that my office cannot talk to you on camera.
Why is that?
Are you sure? Not even about this.
I'm sorry, I just, no comment.
Yes, my name is Clarence Worthington, and I'm a senior legal scholar in the drafting office.
But you are the drafter of Senate Bill 180.
That is correct.
So, by the color of your hair, you've been a drafter for some time now?
Actually, these are highlights, gray highlights, actually.
Very stylish.
It's not hyperbole to say this is the single most important piece of legislation that will come out of this building for the next 25 or 30 years. I'm filled with equal parts ambivalence, pride, terror, regret, and hope, somehow.
I understand these bills need to be edited. What's the editing process for a bill like this?
A bottle of Patron is involved. There's a lot of screaming. There's a lot of gnashing of teeth, throwing of objects in my office, and ultimately resolution, and an even more perfect document, which is hard to believe given that my original draft was beyond reproach.
The enrolling office is where all the bills go through, so we figured we'd talk to Connor.
No, there's some bills there where you hold them in your hands and you hold the physical bill back and it feels particularly important, and it just has that energy to it. So it's pretty cool. I mean, I think it's electric. Everybody knows what's going on around here when that bill comes across the desk. It's pretty significant. Some of them are pretty thick and do a lot, and some of them are pretty small and don't do too much, but it's doing its best. I enjoy and I'm looking forward to that bill coming across my desk and proofreading it potentially, which could take quite a while, but we'll set aside some time. It is the kind of bill that not only could have a signing, but could have a ceremony, and I've seen parades as well. It's a possibility.
Hi, my name is Jeannie Vanderberg, and I am a contract lobbyist. In every session, I get to work on a handful of bills on behalf of my client. I am so disappointed, though, that I do not get to partner with Adam Eichberg and Allie Schmidt on the bill of the century, Senate Bill 180, repealing the Colorado Digital Token Act. There has not been a more important bill in the last 100 days that has been introduced, and if this passes, could change the trajectory of our state, nay, maybe the United States of America.
What do you think the level of excitement is going to be out here in the lobby?
You will not be able to hear yourself speak, maybe even think. I, for one, will be cheering on my colleagues who are spearheading this legislation. We haven't seen excitement like this since the Wolverine bill in the Senate.
Oh, there he is. There he is. Come on. Come on. Hey, Kate, get back there. He got away.
You know, for him, I just hope this goes well today.
Yeah, me too.
Absolutely. It's been on my mind for a couple weeks now, a couple months. It's groundbreaking stuff, and it's one that we've had to spend a lot of hours on it to go through to really understand how this interplays with our banking laws, with state, federal, how this is going to work with
technology, the internet, obviously non-fungible tokens is a bold frontier for people. And I think this bill really having us think about how we're changing our laws, what this means for people, and investments. And so, a lot of hours with the SEC, with other states, Wyoming, they have a lot of laws in this space. It took us a long time to understand the impact, and really not until we were able to talk to some partners of the UN and how this works with international trade, do we really understand that this is really something great for Colorado, and we're so fortunate that someone had the courage to take on an issue like this here this year. This is the time we have to do it right and to do something great.
You know, when ambitious legislators start striking out statute just willy-nilly, what kind of, does that set off alarm bells for you?
Well, an ambitious legislator always sends off some alarm bells for me. You never really know what they're going to do, what they're trying to do. Again, that's why I spent so many hours legal team go through this, make sure that what they were doing is what they were. I'm also going to Colorado position. I think the other thing that we always is, like I said, a new frontier in this space, and legislators don't understand that. You got to make sure that they get impacts. You know what they're doing. Sometimes they happen on social media, sometimes they don't do it on paper. I tell you online, what's to us.
Some have considered this legislation the legislation of the century. What goes through your mind when you're tasked to review a piece of legislation like this that's going to be printed in the red books?
I mean, it's to be a part of history is something that, it's just why we got into this, right? Not only to all around us, but make sure that we work. So you need to do the right place, right time. Every time those have rights to any trust, but none of those compared to this. At the end of the day, one line to do a thing like this, couldn't sweep. We're very lucky that how they're working on this, and trust us, we got to do it and do it right.
Thank you. Thank you for your time.
When I heard about Senate Bill 180 and what it aimed to do for NFTs, I was floored. I don't think any of us thought it was going to pass.
Do you think that tokens should be fungible?
That's the $1 million question, isn't it?
What do you know about NFTs?
Nothing.
You know what an NFT is?
Vaguely. They're like little cartoons or something, right?
Do you think all tokens should be fungible?
I think they could all be made fungible.
Do you feel up to the responsibility?
I don't know. It's kind of hard to dodge votes anymore, so I'll probably have to be a yes or a no. It'll be one of those two.
Hey, reportees, perfect timing. Hey. I'm talking to people about Senate Bill 180.
Yeah. I've been hearing a lot about this bill, and I've been reading up on it. I know we've worked on some big things here around healthcare. We've worked on Reproductive Health Equity Act. I've done a lot of stuff about supporting disabled folks, but forget all that. Forget disabled folks, forget these kids, forget funding healthcare. This is the best bill that I've ever worked on. This is going to be one of the most transformational, important pieces of legislation in my time here. Sure. Oh, definitely. I'll definitely have my name as a co-sponsor.
Do you know what an NFT is?
Yeah, Trump does those things, right?
Yeah, it's a non-fungible token.
Yeah, yep.
Do you think that all tokens should be fungible?
I mean, we live in a capitalistic society. That's what we're about, aren't we?
Yes.
What are you hearing under the dome?
So many things. There are so many words to be said about a bill of this length and complexity. As you know, it goes all the way to the top. We're bringing people in. We partner with the Daily Camera, which is the Boulder newspaper, on a lot of things. We're having some of them come in because it's just such a big issue. It's bigger than any one of us. NFTs, as you know, are the future. It's going to be a fight because we're expecting other outlets to try and take up the spots in the committee. The New York Times, CNN, Der Spiegel, other newspapers.
Do you know what an NFT is?
I believe it's a non-fungible token.
Do you believe that all tokens should be fungible?
Yes. Yes, I do. It's a deeply held belief of mine, the fungibility of tokens.
We are hearing under the dome that this is really the legislation of the decade.
What I'm hearing, especially from the public, is really a top priority to figure out what's going on with this bill. We have a thing at Colorado Public Radio called Colorado Wonders, and I just recently looked at our questions, and this was overwhelmingly the top question of the entire legislative session. It's really complicated, and that's why my editor has said for the final week of session, they want this bill to be my sole focus.
Do you believe all tokens should be fungible?
I'll let you know after the committee hearing. Ask Fenberg.
Let's go ask Fenberg.
Hi, we're back again. I'm back again, and we want to talk about Senate Bill 180, and I know how adamantly against that you are, but you could just tell us to leave if you just tell us to leave.
Okay, I told you I didn't want to be on camera. Can you just get out of here? Enough.
All right. But we need to talk to Senator Fenberg.
He's not around.
This is his office. Look, it's his office here. Is he in? He's not in. He's not in there. I guess we'll have to come back.
It's in committee this afternoon.
I know, it's in committee this afternoon.
Senate Bill 180 could actually be like the pinnacle bill of your career. What was your motivation behind wanting to bring Senate Bill 180?
Can you remind me what Senate Bill 180 is?
Non-fungible tokens.
Ah, yes.
You know what non-fungible tokens
Yeah,
are?
yep. Non-fungible tokens.
Right.
Do you think all tokens should be fungible?
Not necessarily. It depends on the fungibility of the token.
Yeah.
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 Do you think anything should be tokenized?
I think everything should be tokenized. It really is a testament to this institution and what we have the power to do, right? It's about democracy. You can pass a law, and a few years later, you can repeal that law. And it's like, poof, it's just like, it was there, and now it's not. So there were a few years where it was a law.
We've heard from
Yeah.
the lobby, from reporters.
They're talking
Wait
about
till
it.
you hear.
Reporters are talking about it.
Oh,
yeah,
my.
wow.
yeah. It's a top priority for the Denver Post, for CPR. There have been countless.
Colorado Wonders.
Yep.
What about Terry Gross? I've always wanted to be on Terry Gross.
Well, we haven't
Fresh air.
talked to her yet, but we'll.
But I mean, congratulations.
Yeah.
This is
Well,
really,
thank you.
this is
Yeah.
really a
Appreciate you
legacy
guys.
bill for you. We were a little jealous that we weren't asked to
I
carry it in
know.
the house.
I know. I actually know what an NFT is.
You know what you could do? Is you could pass that law next year,
And then repeat
and then
it again.
you two can be part of repealing it.
Oh, that's a good idea.
I
Let's
like the
consider
way
that.
he's thinking.
Okay, it's up in committee. We're racing to committee. We'll see how it goes. How are you feeling?
Nervous.
Nervous?
Big day.
Lindstead.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I'm thrilled to bring you Senate Bill 180.
And as Rep. Lindstead mentioned, this bill repeals the Digital Token Act in its entirety.
So are we the last state to have a policy like this?
Yes.
Has anybody seen these Colorado digital tokens?
Yes.
Could you elaborate further, and are they still in the state?
Yes. They are digital.
Sponsors, you can stay right where you are. We have one person signed up to testify in person.
Thank you, Chair Snyder. I'm John Potter. I'm here on behalf of Dapper Labs and SoRare, which are actually two of the largest NFT issuers and sellers in the world. In my 35 years of practicing law and working on public policy issues, it's the most unusual law I've ever seen. To the representative, Colorado was the first and only state to pass this law. And it's unusual because it literally requires unregulated activity to register with the regulator, informing the regulator that they're unregulated. And it is the oddest thing I've ever seen. Sort of like building a doghouse and having to register with the Department of Housing and telling them I'm not a house, I'm just a doghouse. I've been told that 7 people have filed these reports and that they're in a drawer somewhere, but that nobody's read them. We've hired the best lobbyists in Colorado, and we've found the best sponsors, and it came to the best committee.
I don't see any questions. I'll ask one last time. Is anybody else wishing to testify on Senate Bill 180? Not seeing anyone. Thank you, Mr. Potter. And you should know that all things are possible under the Gold Dome, sir. You know, anything you see that seems sublime or ridiculous is in fact the reality we have under the dome. So thank you for coming.
Thank you, sir.
And in the famous words of Representative Mark Catlin, good bill, vote yes.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I move Senate Bill 180 to the Committee of the Whole with a favorable recommendation.
Second.
Good motion by Rep. Lindstedt, seconded by Rep. Soper. Ms. Shipley, would you poll the committee, please?
For today, yes. Absolutely yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Barely yes.
Yes for today. That's 10-0. On your way to the Committee of the Whole.
After that eventful committee hearing, we knew we still had 2 more steps to go. Second reading and third. And here we are, going into the chamber, and we can see and feel the anticipation of everybody here waiting to see what happens with Senate Bill 180. So We know that Senate Bill 180 is on the calendar today.
I can feel the stress in the air. I can feel and see on everyone's faces that they're really concerned about this. So we're going to do our best to kind of navigate, make sure that we communicate and talk, and maybe just take a breath before we get started.
1151-308.7.
Okay. Oh. 1, 2,
3, 4.
Wow.
4 pages deleted with 1 line.
Now that is amazing.
Incredible.
It's been daunting. So much time spent on preparing everything, talking points. How are we going to beat back these hostile amendments that are for sure going to come? You know, how are we going to limit debate? You can't just let a debate like this go on all day. So it's been a lot. It's been pretty stressful.
You know, I do have those jealous feelings with Representative Lindstedt, but mostly because of the incredible plaid pants he's wearing today. You're going to have to get those plaid pants.
Senate Bill 180 is up today. Did we limit debate? Rule 14 it?
No.
Mr. Sheeple, please read the
Senate Bill 180.
Senate Bill 180 by Senators Fenberg and Smallwood, also Representatives Lindstedt and Winter, concerning the repeal of the Colorado Digital Token Act.
I'm gonna go out in the lobby and see what's going on. All right, it's up.
Madam Chair.
I just want to get the excitement in here.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Today we bring you the Repeal Colorado Digital Token Act. Thank you for considering it. NFTs are a unique digital identifier that is recorded using distributed ledger.
All right, come on, everyone.
This certifies the ownership.
This bill will cut unnecessary government regulations surrounding the registration of NFTs when they are purchased in Colorado. We're the only state that has this regulation.
What's everybody thinking right now? What's everybody thinking?
We're happy to be here.
This is a great moment in history.
Thank you, Madam Chair. It's good to be on this bill with my colleague. It's good to slash government and cut through bureaucracy. And I love reducing government with you, sir. So I urge a yes vote.
Representative Soper.
Everybody's piling in. This is great.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Members, I heard this in finance, and we had a lot of questions about this bill. We give it a very thorough grilling, but there still remains some concerns. I feel like members have not read this bill or taken it serious, and I ask that the bill be read at length.
That is a proper motion.
Second reading of Section 71 State Colorado Region.
I was going to say,
It's going to take all day. It's going to take all day.
Soper, you have to stay in the room if you're going to read the
wrong.
bill. Stay in the room.
It won't even take 5 minutes to read. How do you feel about this, Lindstedt?
Right.
How do you feel about this? About them attacking our bill?
I just can't believe it.
Me either.
It's such a surprise from our own colleagues. Bipartisan bill.
Soper. 180.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Members, if you're like me and the heaviest thing you lift in the day is a statute book, this bill will delete 4 pages from our statute books, which means that our ability to actually get a workout is diminished if this bill passes. I want every member to think about this before they vote.
Representative Harrod.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Members, I'm going to have to rise in strong opposition to this bill. This bill purports to support and protect NFTs. But instead, it harms the very NFTs that we are fighting for here every single day. The NFTs in my district in Denver need to be registered. How will we find them if they're not? Colorado has led the way in making sure that NFTs were findable. And this bill I don't know how any progressive or social justice-minded person could support the hiding away and the disregard of these extremely fungible tokens. I ask for a no vote.
Is there any further discussion on Senate Bill 180? Representative Lindstedt.
Thank you, Madam Chair. And after hearing every word of this piece of legislation, I think the only way we could improve this in this well is if every member of this chamber added their names to this legislation after third reading. So thank you for your consideration.
Thank you.
Is there further discussion on Senate Bill 180? Seeing none, the motion before us is the passage of Senate Bill 24-180. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed, no. No. The ayes have it.
It passed.
Title to House Bill 24-1075.
But you don't care about these different NFTs.
The NFTs in your district, they're already on the blockchain.
But what about fungible?
Personalities.
Senate Bill 180 by Senators Fenberg and Smallwood, also Representatives Lindstedt and Winter, concerning the repeal of the Colorado Digital Token Act.
Representative English, how do you vote?
What's happening? Why are there so many no's?
Votes yes. Representative Wolford.
Oh, I voted
how do you
no.
vote?
Better vote yes.
Repeal the Colorado Digital Tokens Act. Oh yeah, I was looking forward to this one. Weren't we going to have some like huge ceremony on the steps of the Capitol? I don't know where everybody went. Oh well, I guess I'll just sign it myself. Here we go. There we go. It's an official law of Colorado now. You missed it. I'm sorry. I signed it already. You guys missed it.
me. Tell us.
I'm sorry.
Well, I'll give you the pen I used, okay?
All right.
Sorry about that. Next time, let's have a big party.
Well, thank you for signing this important bill. We really appreciate the effort.
Well, we're excited to repeal the Digital Tokens Act, and thank you all for your thoughtful, dedicated work.
Now, what is it that drives people to take on such mountainous, monumental, almost impossible tasks like this policy? I bet inspiration comes from this very speech.
We choose to pass Senate Bill 180. We choose to pass Senate Bill 180. We choose to pass Senate Bill 180 in this decade and do the other things. Not because they are easy, but because they are hard. Because that goal will serve to organize and measure the best of our engineers and skills, because that challenge is one that we're willing to accept, one we are willing to postpone, and one we intend to win, and the others too.
Terry Gross said no.
What? Wait, she said no?
She said flat out no.
Terry Gross said no to us.
But do you think that all tokens should be fungible?
Absolutely. Every token out there should be fungible.
Do you know what an NFT is?
Do not do this to me. I did that.
Wow. If there's a parade for this bill, would you be in attendance?
I would hope I would be on the first fire truck, holding some kind of trophy or key to the city or some similar huge token of gratitude from the General Assembly. Yes.
Would that token be fungible?
Oh my God.
All right, that's enough.
That's good.
Is that a real camera?